Just walking to work this morning. Just went to the Citrix Future of Work session in London yesterday. It was a really interesting session. The sort of main focuses really were on security, providing good consumer-like experiences to your employees, and a lot about networking. So the consumerization side of things was really based on the Facebook generation, really being able to consume data in a really easy way, be able to reply to things in one sort of style feed, and actually lots of employee experiences being quite clunky and cumbersome and stuff. So what this really centred around from a Citrix perspective in their offering was their fairly recent acquisition of Sappho. And so what this meant is that they can create this thing called Intelligent Workspace. So where you'd go to Workspace, which is the new name for receiver, and get your published apps and published desktops and access SaaS apps, what they're actually created now is the ability for a newsfeed that can connect to various SaaS applications and be able to do quick actions and things like that. And they showed some really good demos. Like the one demo that really sort of brought it to life was Workday. So actually you've got some friends at my previous organisation who've just implemented Workday. A couple of them have told me that it's great, but it's really feature rich, which if you're a power user it's fantastic. But if you're just a normal user who just wants to book some annual leave, it can be quite confusing. So they showed us a demo of how you would launch a secure browser through Citrix. You can have some new functionality where you could watermark the page, you can stop keyloggers and things like that, which is great, and book some leave. But that took 3 or 4 minutes, and it just took some time. It wasn't necessarily straightforward. Then they showed us the Intelligent Workspace, where there's actually cards that say, I want to book some time off, and literally you click to one button, you click the days that you want on a reason, press submit. It literally took like 10-15 seconds to put that request in. And you just think, actually, if you can put those experiences to people, it can make their life a lot easier. If they've just got things like expense requests, time off requests, actually that stuff can be sped up, and they can actually get to work doing what you actually paid them for, right? So that was pretty interesting. As I said, a lot about security, betting big on analytics, so Citrix Analytics, which is part of their cloud offering, taking a lot of information in from various different sources. They talk about their hookup with third-party vendors like Azure, Microsoft for collecting this data, which is great, and also being able to output some of that data into SIM products if you've got a security practice. So yeah, that was quite good. And then a lot about SD-WAN, a huge amount about SD-WAN, talking about optimization of Office 365, having SD-WANs at your branch offices that can break out to the internet for Office 365 traffic rather than routing them through the data center, and breaking out potentially in a different geo. Also, giving people a better experience, right? You don't want people in a branch office who are based in one country going through a data center and then going to Google and getting Google's homepage for a different country, for instance. So a lot about SD-WAN. So it was a really interesting session. What was curious was the lack of view on the standard published apps and desktops, really, because that's Citrix's bread and butter. I think everyone knows that they do it quite well. Actually, it seemed like they were focusing a lot on, as the title would suggest, the future of work. Actually, maybe they're looking to move away from that as a traditional thing, and maybe that's what businesses will, move away from, have a sort of a zero desktop footprint. Anyway, that was just a brief review. I'm going to try and touch my words up about it. I hope you enjoy. Cheers.